Women are simply amazing, great nurturers who spend most of their time, energy, and thought juggling life and family. Women are refreshing wells of courage and warmth. Up you, woman! Now is the time to find and identify your true self. Become the best you. Live your true purpose. Up You with Ezinne helps you begin the journey, empowers you with hope and inspiration. Tune in to Up You with Ezinne Kufre-Ikanem every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Up You with Ezinne will help you stand up, speak up, shake up, soak up, scale up, and serve up. It's 4 p.m. every Saturday on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Up You with Ezinne, finding self, finding purpose.
Program. It's my hour with you on radio, and I'm here to keep you company as usual. So come on, let's do this, beautiful people. Finding self, finding purpose. My name is Ezinne Kufre-Ikanem, and I'm your host. Our topic today is a call to action. Woman, sign up. This is the first in the series, as we are going to spend this month urging the woman to put her hand on the plow, to create the life of her dreams, the one she's willing to birth, the one she's willing to pay the price to push forth and nurture. First, we stand up. Next, we sign up. And it all begins with planning. Dear listeners, all episodes of Up You with Ezinne are now uploaded on our YouTube channel. Please go and catch up. Take the nuggets you need for your life and for your dreams, and subscribe, and also please do leave us a comment, as it helps us to serve you better. Remember, it's all about you. Finding self, finding purpose. Today, as usual, we're streaming on Instagram at UpyouwithEzinne, on Facebook, WFM 917, and at gardenradio.com. Woman, sign up. Sign up to what? Sign up to where? If you're just joining us, this is Up You with Ezinne on WFM 91.7 FM.
Women are simply amazing. Great nurturers who spend most of their time, energy, and thought juggling life and family. Women are refreshing wells of courage and warmth. Up you, woman! Now is the time to find and identify your true self. Become the best you. Live your true purpose. Up You with Ezinne helps you begin the journey, empowers you with hope and inspiration. Tune in to Up You with Ezinne Kufre Kanem every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Up You with Ezinne will help you stand up, speak up, shake up, soak up, scale up, and serve up. It's 4 p.m. every Saturday on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Up You with Ezinne, finding self, finding purpose.
Woman, sign up. Sign up to your dream life, the one you truly desire, the life you secretly admire or even openly covet. Did not just happen. It came about as a result of careful planning and execution. It was Ziggler who said that there is no elevator to success. You have to take the steps. The steps to pause and examine your life today, stock taking. The steps to discard what didn't and what hasn't worked so far. The step to identify what worked and why it did and plan towards repeating it for massive positive effects. The step to create something out of nothing. You see, with each step you take in the right direction, clarity comes and you're spurred on to do more. Each step takes you closer to success. Signing up is being intentional, being deliberate. It is one life that you get. Don't you think you should sign up and make it count? Personally, I have lost count of how many times I've heard people say, this is exactly what I wanted to do, but they never got around to doing it until they saw somebody else running with it. If you're just joining us, this is Up You with Ezinne on WFM 91.7 FM. Wonderful music there from Waje featuring Lira right there, and the lyrics are so true. No matter the mountain you have to climb, you just have to climb, no matter the mountain facing you. We're not listening to naysayers and we're not going to be defeated. We climb one step at a time by careful planning and execution until we level the mountains we faced this year so we don't face them again. If you're just joining us, this is Up You with Ezinne on WFM 91.7, finding self, finding purpose. Edo University, MBA from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, who has been involved in capacity building, training, and capacity development for over 20 years. She's also Publicity Secretary, Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Coordinator, Women's International Shipping and Trading Association's Nigeria River State Chapter, President, Founder of Entrepreneurs Platform Initiative, a forum for sharing inspirational stories on entrepreneurship, founder and CEO, School of Clarity, Entrepreneurship and Mentorship, where she coaches individuals and organizations on having a clarity mindset. Mercy Bello Abu is also the president of HIW Women, an NGO that caters for women and less privileged in the society. An erudite scholar, she has bagged several degrees, including a professional doctorate degree in management, master's in business administration, Bachelor of Arts in English, certificate in computer science, postgraduate diploma. The following acronyms are all hers: FIMC, CMC, FC, IHRM, DFILMD, DBA. In addition to the foregoing, she is board member, Sustainable Enterprise Development Initiative, and several others. Some of her awards include Entrepreneur of the Year by Women of Fire, Women of Impact Award, Distinguished Service Award and Honorary Rotarian Award by the Rotary Club of Port Harcourt, District 19141, Golden Mentor of the Year Award, Life Fellow of the Emblem of Africa by African Youth, Prestigious Education Award from Port Harcourt Education Festival, and Beam International Woman of the Year 2020. Dr. Mercy Bello Abu is also a best-selling author. She has 4 books in her kitty. A Toast to Entrepreneurship, My Compelling Why, Building a Lasting Legacy with Clarity, and Clarity is Everything. Dr. Abu, who is happily married with 4 children, is a God lover and an ordained evangelist at Just Jesus Assembly, where she passionately molds young lives in the Things Ministry. Her career goal is to use her broad knowledge of entrepreneurship and leadership to train brands, individuals, organizations in creating systems, structures, and strategies with a clarity mindset for business growth and sustainability. This life of accomplishment did not just happen. I see systematic planning, but I'm running ahead of myself now. Please join me in welcoming our very special guest on the show. Good evening, Dr. Abu. How are you today?
Good evening, Ezinne. Good to be here. I'm doing great. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. Please, may I call you Mercy?
Of course, go ahead.
It's really wonderful. Thank you. It's really wonderful to have you on the show today.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. Reading your CV was you've been very busy. You've been very busy. How were you able to achieve all this in so short a time? Please tell us.
We try. Thank you so much for that question.
Mm-hmm.
It's been... it's something that we've always wanted to do. You know, once you set your mind, there are certain things you say, okay, this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you focus and you go after it. Definitely, the answer, they will come. It's just a matter of time, they will eventually come. For me, for my history, I got married quite early. Mm-hmm. And I had my kids quite early.
Okay.
Very early. So you notice I just celebrated my 32nd wedding anniversary.
You beat me to that. I was going to say congratulations. 32 years. Happily married. Congrats again. Yeah.
Thank you. So having kids at quite an early age,
mm-hmm.
so we were able to now just focus and start saying, okay, this is what I want to do now. So acquiring them, and also passion, the fact that you set your mind that these are the areas. That is why I'm so passionate about clarity, which we are going to discuss today.
Okay.
Because once you are clear, you know from the word go that this is what the path I have chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Then you start seeing opportunities, people coming to help you achieve those things that you have proposed in your heart that you want to do. And that is my story, basically.
Wow. Wow. I don't know if you heard, but I did say after reading your CV that what I see is a life that was planned, a planned life.
Absolutely.
Because it reads like a bestseller, huh? Okay, so what's your perspective to woman sign up? I had a conversation with you and I told you this is what I wanted to speak on, woman sign up.
Yeah.
So tell us, what's your perspective to it?
Yes. Thank you so much for that question. When I saw it, I said woman sign up. It has a lot of different perspectives to this.
Mm-hmm.
So for me personally, sign up. What am I signing up for? What have you signed up for in life?
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of people, they're like, okay, I don't really bother. I don't need to care. Whatever comes to me, I'm okay with it. But for us, for the women that are in my space, we have signed up to help women discover the innate potentials in them. That you can't come to our space and remain the same.
Wow.
You can't come to where we are and your voice is not heard.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want women to just be seen, but also to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more than our looks. It's much more than what you think that we carry. We have deep content. So when we sign up, means that we bring value to the table. Enough of those days are like, okay, let's just make it, we have 10 men or 8 men on this table. Let's just look for 2 or 1 to make up the number.
Yeah.
Then the woman comes there and feels obligated. Oh, they just allowed me to sit here.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you both say, I'm okay with it. Enough of that. Those days are far gone.
Okay.
We come to that table with our value. We come to that table with content, knowing that we deserve a seat there. When we come on that table, we are going to contribute our quota. We are going to make our voices heard there because we qualify. We earn that space. So that is my slogan. Say, earn your space. I always use that. Earn your space. So they are not giving it to you because you are a woman. They are not going to say, because, let's just certify 5 affirmative action. Let's just complete it. Those days are gone.
Yeah.
We are there because we deserve it, we earned it, and we are going to be held while on that table. So we have signed up for that. That is what it means for a woman to sign up. And how do we get there? We know for us as women, we have a lot of challenges. That is why for me, it's something I've devoted my life to help women get that voice. We already have a voice. But most time we have not amplified our voices loud enough. We have it in things that because the lot of things that come to our space because of the challenges of life, we tend to allow life to just happen and let me not just bother. But for the few ones that are actually pushing, that is what they have signed up for. And we want to get more women on board.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's enough of excuses.
Yeah.
Enough of excuses. I was at a conference when was that in Bayelsa State, and I said, enough of, I don't want to hear my husband said I should not do this, I should not do this. And we meet the husband. The husband said, I will love my wife to do this. I'm like, so who is actually not wanting to do this?
That's a different conversation for another day, yeah?
I'm telling you.
Okay, so just hold it there. Right now, I'm going to open the phone lines because our guest is speaking very fast and making very valid points. The numbers to call is 07000 917 917, 090-256 25455. The number to text is 070-317 56537. So I've come back to you now, Mercy.
Okay, thank you.
You just raised some very valid points right there. So we don't know whether it's the husband stopping the women or the women stopping themselves. But you and I know that only one person can stop you. And that's you. if you really want something, yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So that brings me to I like what you said about your perspective on signing up. It tallies very much with my perspective and what we're talking. Oh, there's a call already. So we'll take the call. You see, they like this one. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Please, may I know your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Nicholas.
What did you say, sir?
Mr. Nicholas.
Oh, Nicholas, how are you? Where are you calling us from? Hello, Nicholas.
We lost that.
Yeah, we lost Nicholas. More calls will come. Okay, so let's get into the meat of today.
Okay.
Our New Year resolutions. We want to talk about New Year resolutions today. You know, we want women to sign up. Okay, the call is back on. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Is this Nicholas still?
No, that's Chris. That's Chris Nicholas.
Okay. How are you, Chris?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. Welcome to UpyouwithEzinne. Where are you calling us
Yes,
from?
what the gentleman just said now. Every man would like his wife to be at the forefront. Are you getting me? No man would like his wife to participate in a place where she's not recognized, or the man will not be happy. So we are urging women to go to the front.
Can you hear this? This is for you.
Men are expected when their wives are participating in every good place or organization, or anywhere they are called to come and participate, or being whether it's an organization where they say that there should be a chairman there. So women should participate.
Thank
the
you.
husbands are happy if their wives are at the forefront.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
You heard that, Mercy?
Yeah.
So he heard what you said. People are listening to you. Thank you for calling us. So today we want to talk about New Year resolutions. Are they overrated? And should a woman make a New Year resolution on lifestyle, career, or even as a homemaker? Should they really have those things?
Thank you. This question, I have to ponder on it, because for me, my life is all about being intentional, and for New Year resolution, not really a bad thing, but it's not
Sorry,
my thing.
Mercy, we have another caller on the line. Let's take the call, please. Hello, good evening. This is UpyouwithEzinne.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. May I know your name and where you're calling from, sir?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. May I know your name and where you're calling from, please?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Can you hear us?
Hello, good evening. I can hear you.
Okay, so can you tell us your name quickly?
Good evening. This is Daniel. I'm calling from a Bethlehem.
Oh, Daniel, how are you? Please go ahead. Do you have something to say to our guest or to the listeners?
Yeah, I want to say a big thank you to your guest, and thank you to you, Mrs. Ezinne.
Yes, please.
For
Thank
bringing
you.
on this show.
Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Daniel. Thank you.
My comment is that I want like a request, and I would like her to just deliberate on that, like say you got our children at a very younger age. I think I would have loved to know exactly the exact age that you got in our children.
Okay.
Because these days a lot of girls have this pregnancy at a very tender age. Some of them they are still in secondary school. After having child, they refuse to go back to school. Like I'm kind of like there's a girl I was with. I don't know, maybe you are hearing me.
We're hearing you. We are.
Okay, so after she was in her final year, they just friends, so she got pregnant. So after that, after she had given birth, I asked her to. The problem is she doesn't want to go. She says she's afraid. She's so ashamed.
Okay.
I said no. I really want you to go back to your education so that you can, you learn more and become something great. That having a baby should not be like the end of the
I
like
get
everything
that.
at the end for you.
Yeah, okay. So
But I don't know.
no
I
problem.
think I would like her to maybe advise some ladies more about that.
She'll do that right
That
away.
having the baby shouldn't be the end of everything.
Yes.
That there's still more life to live.
Okay.
More they can see as if.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think that would be enough for me.
Thank you. Mercy,
Thank
did you
you.
get that?
Not everything. If
Well,
you can just,
he has
yes.
he's in a relationship with someone who got pregnant and had a baby, and now he wants her to go back to school. And then she said no, she's ashamed to go back to school. Now he's asking you to please speak more on this in light of the fact that you said you got married and had your children early.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I got married quite early. When I finished my secondary school, I got married. So in my university, I was married in my university days, and I had my 2 kids while in the university. Then my service year, I had my third. So, but because of where we are coming from, we are from the northern part of Edo State. That's where I'm predominantly Muslim then. So it's something that is a normal thing. But now it's not that way anymore. But back then it was an acceptable thing. So for us, I've seen, for what he's saying, I've been opportune to coach a lot of girls that have been out of school. We also link this question to that New Year resolution. There's nothing that can stop a man or a woman that is determined to do certain things.
True.
Except you don't want to do it. So if you go back to school, nothing. Because for a lot of people, they feel people are watching. Nobody's actually watching you. Nobody is even looking at you. It's your life. And if you know that you are ultimately the sole person in charge of creating that life that you want, then you're going to be very intentional about it.
True.
And if education is part of getting you to that dream life that you want, then you, regardless of whatever has happened, you move on.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of stories pertaining to this one. There was a particular young girl that had a child at a very young age. Then the child was even having some deformities and all that. And looking back 15 years down the line today, you will never believe this girl had that bump. It's a bump on the way.
Exactly.
Your life has not stopped.
Exactly.
Your life has not stopped. You pick it up. And you
keep running with it.
And you keep running with it.
Thank you.
You lemon, make lemonade from it. You don't need to stop. Because it's your life ultimately. I used to give this scenario to a lot of my mentees. I said, when you were created, they gave you a clean slate, a template, everything. So it's what you put there. When you say, I don't know what my future is going to be, there's no future anywhere. You are creating.
You're writing it. You're creating it.
You are writing it.
Yeah.
And if you know you have that power to create your future. So why would something deter you? It's just a bump. It's just a distraction. You cross over it and you make your life phenomenal. And that is what we preach. Nothing can stop a woman that is determined. Because if education is that part that will take you there, by all means.
We have another call.
Dress up and show up.
This is interesting today, yes. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. We lost that call. Okay, so Mr. Daniel, there's nothing wrong with your lady friend going back to school. She should, in fact, do that so that she ensures that she has a better and brighter future ahead of her. So back to you, Mercy, please. We're on New Year resolutions. Do you think a woman should make them?
Knowing, for us as women, there's a particular aspect of our lives in terms of, I tell people, I say, our staying put power sometimes has a lot of issues because we are excited by a lot of things. And once we see it, like, yes, I'm going to do this, give us in the next 6-12 months, 5-8 months, like, I'm not really sure of that thing anymore. Some of us are that. But few of us who also are very tenacious in terms of achieving what we want to do. So for me, when I discuss with my mentees, when they come to the School of Clarity, what I tell them that don't do things because people expect you to do things. Don't want to have a New Year resolution because you feel it's the normal and you know within yourself that you are not going to do that. So for me, if it's not working with you, then you don't need to be part of it. New Year resolution or no New Year resolution, your life should be purposeful. Your life, you must have a clear goal. I asked them, I said, what is the dream? For me, you are driven by the dream, the goal, the vision. What are these? Have you itemized these ones? Because once you have that, you are looking at, okay, the next quarter, you are having everything, you have a schedule, and you have your life on a map. You know, these are things I want to do. For me, most times, I always encourage with the vision board, more or less than the New Year resolution, because I believe in the power of visualization. You are able to visualize your life. You're seeing it. You're looking at it that, okay, this is where I want to be. So there's so much power. The Bible says whatever they imagine to do, I will not withhold from them. The power of imagination. So for me, if I'm working with my clients, that is what I don't do on New Year resolution, but in my work for others. But for us, from my perspective, I work more with your vision, with your dream, because you must have a dream. We work in line with it. Where have you seen yourself? Where are you seeing yourself? Have you projected, okay, this is where I'm seeing myself in the next 10 years, in the next 5 years? So we now have a template. We have a road map. Then we start navigating towards it.
Okay.
But this is just like a New Year resolution, a year thing, and you know it's not going to work in 2 years' time. You ask, oh, it's still on the paper. No, we are more intentional than that. We are far, far bigger than making that new God.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a question for you from the WhatsApp platform. It's from Finyi in Ikeja. She says, women are notoriously self-sacrificing and usually would not look out for themselves, especially when it comes to our health. And since one cannot pour from an empty cup, how best do you think a woman can focus on having a resolution to take care of herself?
Wow, that is a wonderful question. And almost all of us are guilty of this.
As charged. As charged.
Guilty as charged.
See, I'm guilty as charged.
Yes, guilty as charged. By nature, it's innate in us to care, to give so much. That when you come to the house, everyone, you're taking care of everybody. And when you are sick, like, don't worry, I'll take care. I'm okay. You know? But there's nothing wrong. I've gotten to that point. I said, let's not feel guilty about having my me time. Let's not feel guilty about indulging a little on certain things that gladdens our heart. Because you sleep, I tell women, sometimes you are sleeping 8 a.m., you feel guilty, like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing that. You shouldn't. We stop being guilty about that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because even if you're not there, life continues.
Oh, that's a fact.
And give. I remember my mom was the typical example. My mom died at 54. And it was so painful.
May God
she
rest
was
her
a
soul.
very active woman, everything. And she's like, oh, if I'm not here, oh, you children are going to suffer, you know. They always have, as a woman, you always feel that. So that was a wake-up call for me. And I had to start to adjust my life, that I don't have to be that. Because she gave and gave and gave. And that is what we women do. So there's nothing wrong in you taking that decision that you're going to take care of yourself. You become your own rescue. No one is going to rescue you. No one is going to come and, oh, I will create that life. You have to create it. Set priorities. Have a template, have something that guides you. If it's on a weekend, it's okay, I'm going to go to a cinema, take yourself out, sit there, enjoy the movie, buy whatever it is that you want to buy, then you come back home without feeling guilty about it. Which can't be on that path of constantly working or constantly giving, and we are not expecting nothing. Because even when there's nothing coming, because I thought if I said this slogan of I'm a strong woman. I said that strong woman. I said I don't want to hear it, because a strong woman is devoid of emotions. Everybody feels that you're strong, you don't need it.
And then they just keep dumping on you.
They keep dumping on you. And that is not how we were wired.
So it's time for us to turn our strengths to also look after ourselves as well.
Absolutely. So let's not get to that place. I can take care of every other one. Just I'm okay. I can handle it. We can't.
Yeah.
It's okay to cry.
Yeah.
It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to say I need help. I need help.
The way I like to say that is, it's okay to be everything that makes you a woman.
Absolutely.
With no apologies.
Absolutely.
When it's time to cry, you cry. When it's time to laugh, you laugh.
Absolutely.
Finyi, I hope we have answered your question. I hope you're listening. The phone lines are still open. The number to call is 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. The number to text is 070 317 56537. I am enjoying this conversation with our special guest. And you mentioned something. You said you would rather we become more intentional and create vision boards for ourselves, maybe that can span a couple of years, so that we can now break them down and take them chunk by chunk and then start to chew them, instead of doing the ritual of New Year resolutions. That's a new one on me. That's big, So I'm going to ask you another question. There is this buzzword that is going on everywhere now. Clarity. What exactly is clarity of mind? And is it really possible for one's mind to be clear? Because I know that I have a lot of noise going on inside of my own mind. I have a lot of noise, I want to do this, and then this comes, and then sometimes life happens, and for us women, life happens all the time. You just be there thinking, okay, next year I'm going to do my PhD, then you fall pregnant, and stuff like that. And because of what we also said, we are very sacrificial. You could want to do something and the child needs something. You just say, look, let the child take it first, So how do we get to this point where we clear our minds and we're just focused on doing what we need to do?
Thank you so much. Yes,
welcome.
Clarity. It's my niche, my passion, what I enjoy doing on a daily basis. Why am I so passionate about clarity? I'm passionate about clarity because it gives me the life I have today.
Okay.
It opens doors to so many opportunities for me because I was clear from the very start. This is what I want. And for a lot of people, we have so many contending things around us. As women, it's okay. We are gifted in a lot of ways. We multitask. We are multi-talented. But when you are clear that you see with all certainty, this is my path. This is what I am made for. This is my why. For you to know your why. The why is the reason for which you were created. And once you find that why, every other thing falls in place. I tell people, I say, once your why is clear, the how becomes a lot easier. How I'm going to do this? Because you start seeing opportunities where normally you won't see opportunities because you are clear. And once you start to major on your major, rather than major your minor, a lot of us, the things that pushes us, we like, oh, these ones I will come back to this later. Now you can prioritize to say, this is my path. I remember very well. I've always wanted, for me, being in the academia has been something, it's not that I started off being on that path, but there are things I've always been interested in. You notice that I have fellowship in almost 8 institutes, and some of them, they were in that, because they are expensive, but we have to be very strategic. Most of them I don't have to pay because I have to earn it. So it's something you need to be clear. What do you want out of life? If these questions, you must sit down and write them. How do I want my epitaph to be written? Number one, you must write that. You must know it. Ultimately, if my life comes to an end today, what will be said? You write it now. You must write it. You must be intentional. How I want it to. When I was saying it about that, you create your reality. You create that world. You know that this is the world I want to. Definitely, you will have a lot of distraction. We can never say 100%, oh, you are so clear on it. But we are taking that step. You're taking that step.
Thank you.
For instance, you take this step, and before you know it, things start to fall in place for you.
Thank you.
You never take the step. It remains stagnant.
So it is very important to know your why. Dear listeners, I hope you can hear what our guest is saying. It's important to know your why. When you know your why, you begin to major in all your majors not majoring in the minors. And then when that happens, you begin to see opportunities where normally you wouldn't have seen, because you know exactly what you're here for and what you're supposed to be doing. So it's important to have clarity in your mind about your purpose. If you're just joining us, this is Up You with Ezinne on WFM 91.7. Finding self, finding purpose. Don't touch that dial. Automatic Woman. This song should become an anthem for every woman to do. No talks, just do, woman. Welcome back, my queens. I hope you have your pads and your pens and you're jotting down all the nuggets that we've been hearing so far. I always advise this because it's easy to recall what you have written down. If you want to do something, write it down. So please start writing if you haven't been writing, and then make ready your questions. In case you're just joining us, this is Up You with Ezinne on WFM 91.7. The phone lines are still open, and the numbers to call are 07000 917 917, 090256 254 55. The number to text is 070-317-56537. Mercy, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you very, very much. I have more questions on the WhatsApp platform for you, but before we go to taking questions, can you please, I remember you wrote a book. You wrote 4 books, actually. You've authored 4 books, but there's one that really caught my attention. It's called Clarity is Everything. You know, and that's exactly what you've just tried to explain to us now just before we took that music break. I understand clarity, but there's something else that I think you should throw some light on. Mindset. Mindset. It's one thing for your mind to be clear on where you're going to, but the kind of mindset you have, does it have anything to do on anything at all, on your ability to sign up, create a vision board for yourself, make yourself promises, and keep to it?
Oh, absolutely. I just smiled when you said that, because right now, we made a proposal to some of our Nigerian universities. We are taking clarity and mindset reorientation to our university.
There is such a thing as mindset reorientation.
Absolutely. I'm currently working with one of the universities now in Rivers State, because when I presented that, we were like, wow, we've always wanted it. What informed this? In being in HR for over 20 years and recruiting for companies, being a consultant, a trainer, I get to see a lot of our youth come before us for interviews, which we know the unemployment rate in the country. And so many of them will come without this confidence, not really sure, you know, just going through the 4 walls of the university, coming out, oh, I'm done. Then they come before you. What did you study in school? Anthropology and something. And you ask, did you choose this course? No, they gave it to me. So they gave it to me has already formed a mindset. So this young man goes out for the next 3 years, you're looking for section, or no one, because You didn't take ownership of the course. You don't even know. So you are just there at the wind, at anywhere it throws you. So you are not even clear from day one. So
it wasn't your choice.
It wasn't your choice. We're going back to the university now to tell them. Because both of us, we know, I said, the future you are coming to, we are already in the future. We've seen it. We've seen how it is outside. The course you read does not make you. But what ultimately makes you is your mindset. Oh, they gave me this course. I might not want it, but I know that I can use this as a propeller to get to that fantastic life I want for myself. So don't be defeated coming out of the university already having that mindset that, oh, because I didn't meet one uncle or the society, because it's never going to get better. It's never going to get better. So you need to take that decision right there. It could be so purposeful. Know from that, whatever course that you are giving in the university, that is not the guarantee to say, oh, we have so many doctors that are not that financially okay. We have engineers that are not really.
Yeah.
So it's not because I wasn't giving, I didn't give me medicine or engineering. That is why I am here today. Mindset.
Okay, so I like the fact that you've taken it to the university so that we can catch them in that young stage, in that formative stage, before they come out and become hustling adults in the marketplace. Yeah,
and all that, and especially for our girl child, because for me, I'm always about the woman, because we have so many things that we know that are going on. So we need to help our younger ones. So for me, it's always about that. So having clarity of mind, mindset is everything. If you're clear and you are at the back of your mind, you have this
clarity is everything, and mindset is everything.
Yes, and you have this fixed mindset that, oh, it's not going to work. Even if I know it, then you know it's not going to work. We do this now. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. We have a quick question because we're running out of time. This question comes from Lolade from Yaba. Lolade says, I believe resolutions are a way of assessing ourselves and trying to better our future. Yeah. How important is it to have our partner's support to achieve this? And there's a B part of her question says, is it true that people who make their resolutions public are far more likely to fulfill them?
They are far more likely. I will take it from there. Therefore, if you are a firm believer in resolution, yes, they are far more, because you have to be accountable now. The accountability comes in because when you put it out there, it means that someone is going to say, yes, you did write this. So someone might be looking out for you, and the onus now lies on you to make sure you bring it to pass. That is why no matter what it is, put it out there. Then it serves as a guide that I can't afford to disappoint myself. So it also helps you to achieving that which you've already put out. It's just like affirmation.
Okay.
We talk about, I'm putting this, I'm not that. So you are working towards it.
Okay.
So they see your journey, because ultimately it's a journey. We are all on a journey. We are all on that journey of becoming.
Yeah.
Yes, we are all on the journey of becoming. So you can put it out there. Then the one that your partner, absolutely. If you have it's always a fantastic thing to have a great support system, especially from your spouse, if you have it. But even if it's not there, because sometimes life happens, sometimes they are not totally in support of what you're doing, but doesn't deter you. You keep doing it. I like to say, keep it going. Just keep it going. Eventually, because they will come, even if they don't, but at least in your life, you're happy with what you are doing. And for you, bringing everything together, that they've seen that this path is what you've chosen, eventually people come to support. Even if not this thing, people will always come.
Okay. Where today has gone so fast. I'm amazed. Time is running out or not. So I'm going to quickly just ask you my final questions. So it's going to come in two parts. Part one.
Okay.
When is the right time to make resolutions for the next year? Should it be now, or should it be in the next year? at the end of the first of the given year or at the beginning of the next year? When should a woman start making her resolutions or her vision board or her testaments, whatever it's called? And then finally, could you kindly advise that woman out there who is listening to you, the one who doesn't care about making resolutions, the one who says, I have gotten here without any resolutions. I've not done badly myself, so I don't understand what people are talking about. And also for the one that who has been making resolutions and struggling to keep them. They make these resolutions, but they don't get to keep them. By the third month is out of the window. What do you have to say to them? How can they sign up, and become better planners and better strategists to ensure that they deliver the future that they carry on the inside, the one they dream about?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For us, we have the strategic planning. We start us in the month of November. So we advise that you do that, because December typically is like lots of activities, celebrations, and all that. Because for Q1, you are supposed to hit it because you know what you already want. So for us, November works for us. That's what we say, and we start first week in November to plan for the new year coming. And we call it the strategic retreat planning. That is what we call strategic. You need to strategize. You put your goals. You put, what you want to see. And that is how we do ours. So if that one will work for you, fantastic. But we don't start from the beginning of the year. We don't do that. We start November to plan, so that in January we're already sure we know what we want, and you are hitting the ground running. Yes. And for the second question now was what again? The one was for those that don't believe. Yeah. Okay. There's no way. They say if you have failed to plan, you are planning to fail. You must plan. You must plan. You must have something written down. You must have, this is what I want to do. A lot of people now, even they are Q4, Q3, it's already clear. If so, for people that have not started now, you are already getting late if you've not started thinking of what you're going to write down for 2022, because it's there for the taking. It's there for the taking. So are you purposeful about it? Are you being intentional about 2022? And if you have these plans in place, you'll be amazed at the opportunities that will be staring at you. But when there's no plan, when you feel, I don't need to, I've done so well, really take, maybe in retrospect, sit down and write how your life has been so far. Because sometimes our success, we define success in different ways. So it depends on what you think is successful to you. Exactly, your own brand. So it's also about perspective. So for those that are doing it and you are not adhering to it, please be purposeful about it. Be intentional, because that word is so important. Because commitment, perseverance, and being dedicated to a cause makes you outstanding. If you don't, exactly, if you are not passionate and dedicated and resilient about whatever it is, you must have something that is driving you. And if there is nothing driving you, because for us now, we can't even wait to enter 2022 because we are thinking, there's something that we need to do, there's this. And you're already excited because it's written, you're already seeing it. So that is why it's so important. Never you think that you don't need to write it and you don't need to plan. Please do plan. If 1 year plan is good for you, please go ahead and do that. And be purposeful and make sure it comes to pass.
Thank you so very much, Mercy, for coming on the show. Sadly, our 1 hour is up. So we will have to invite you next time to continue this conversation, definitely. I'm grateful you came on the show. I've learned quite a lot from you today. You've used so many strong words that I don't even know where to start from. But you see, I'm going to take the last one. And she said, write it down. And then you say to yourself, it is written. Whenever I hear that it is written, it normally comes to pass. If you know the angle I'm coming from. So write it down, and it will come to pass. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you.
you. Thank you so much for having me. I really did enjoy this. I look forward to many opportunities.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Yeah. Bye. Our mind is a magnet. Our thoughts and beliefs will bring us to what and that which we place our most focus upon. What we continuously think and dream about becomes true. I believe that is what Mercy's central message to us today is. Our mind is a magnet. We need to use it. We need to clear it. And then we need to change the way it's thinking and put it on the positive track and then use it. It's all in the mind, beautiful people, to make a resolution or not, to work the resolution or not, to become or not. We're all familiar with that saying, if you think you're right, then you're right. If you think you can, you're right. If you think you cannot, you're right. Mercy has clearly shown us that today again. The best time to examine your life and take stock was yesterday. And the next best time is today. Nobody will give you what you can't give to yourself. A lot of us should change ourselves by not planning. It takes discipline. It takes tenacity. It takes a positive mindset. It takes clarity of mind. So if you can't settle down to think about your life and plan what to do with it, why should anybody entrust you with any tangible thing? Woman, do not be careless over your life. A lot of destinies are tied to your standing up and signing up. Expand your mind. Read books to clear and deepen your understanding. Our guest today has written 4 books that can help any woman start her journey. Please follow her on Instagram at I am Dr. Mercy Abu to get copies of her book. A mind once expanded can never ever go back to its original state. It keeps absorbing possibilities, it keeps absorbing solutions, creative ideas, etc., etc. So go get out your workbooks. Your life is a project, and you, my dear listener, is a project coordinator. You're the project manager for your life. So let's make those resolutions the smart way and create the year 2020 of our dreams. Woman, sign up. This is where we wrap up today's edition of Up You with Ezinne. It's been another amazing one. Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Up You with Ezinne. Get copies of our books, Up You and When Adversity Strikes 5. Thank you. Big up to everyone who is involved in creating this magic every week, starting with our dear listeners, our guests, our advertisers, callers, engineers on duties, and amazing Up You team. And the best radio station, WFM 91.7. You all stay strong, stay blessed, stay lifted. My name is Ezinne Kufure Kanem. Until next Saturday, Up You.
Wow, what a place you have here, bro.
Tell me about it. Only the best.
Solid structure, spacious rooms.
That's how we roll. Only the best is good enough for my guests.
So where are you getting the beddings from?
Beddings? Definitely Rosemary's. Yes, Rosemary's, the soft furnishing company. They're my option 1, option 2, and option 3. For beddings, window treatment, and all soft furnishing.
So you know too? On the previous project I experimented and regretted. Then I found Rosemary's. Now it is plain sailing.
Essentially, once you're going soft, call Rosemary's.
Going soft?
Yes, when you're going soft, choose Rosemary's. Be home proud.
For duvets, bedsheets, pillows, curtains, color scheming, wall fashion, sofas, and so on, choose Rosemary's. We're located at Block 95, Omorure Johnson Street, Lekki, Lagos, or 16A, 3rd Avenue, Gwarimpa Housing Estate, Abuja. Or simply call us on 080-3306-9199. Choose Rosemary's. Be home proud.